Alrighty, let's see here. Let me just adjust as always. There we go. Okay, all right. Okay. Hello, friends. How are you? This time, it is a Tuesday. If you're with me last week, I was not sure what day of the week it was, and I'm surprised no one called, either an ambulance or the cops on me because I was a bit out of sorts. And tonight, I do know it's Tuesday, so that should make you feel all very happy. But before I go on any longer, I do want to let you know I've got a special guest tonight. Very excited, my son Matt.
I'm back.
So he came to join, which thank you so much for doing that.
Of course, my pleasure.
So Hubs is away on a work thing. And so, yeah, I'm like, hey, I'm making pasta, which is always a hit.
Hard for me to say no to.
Absolutely. So hi, Barb, how are you? And so Barb, I got him with pasta. Definitely got him with pasta. She says hi.
That's a good one.
Okay. How are you doing today, Barb? All right. So, friends, for any of you just joining, welcome to my channel. I'm Philly, and I'm here with my son, Matt, and we are in the city making something Italian tonight, but not traditional. In fact, I really got a kick out of it because on social media, one of the people had said, my Nona is turning in her grave or something like that. And I said, my apologies to Nona. But I do think one of the things I love about food, and we were actually talking before we came on screen about this, is it's really fun. Hey, Pat, and this is Matt, my son Matt. This is my youngest. So Matt has come on my stream a couple times. Yep. Like a lot of pasta things, to be honest with you. Yeah. We made homemade orecchiette together.
I was going to say, I've been here for some of the manual labor pasta in particular. Yeah.
And the first carbonara I did on screen, which was the first time I'd done a true carbonara, was with you. We made homemade pasta. Oh, wow. Remember?
Yeah,
that was like a few years ago.
Yeah, that was a bit ago at this point.
So today we are mixing it up a bit. And what we were talking about is it's really nice. One of the things I love about cooking is coloring outside the lines. And I know a lot of chefs do this in the city. They do fusion. They kind of put their own spin on things. So this is not traditional carbonara, but it's a spin that I've been wanting to try because, and he wasn't familiar with this. Yeah. I was telling him I was seeing on social media a lot about this product, and I'll bring it over, called Nduja. Nduja. There we go. And it is a fermented and cured spicy spreadable sausage. Yes, you heard it. Spicy and spreadable. And I thought, ooh, but I've seen a lot of people use it in pastas and other things because it can flavor whatever you put it in, obviously. Yep. So one of the things I thought right off the bat was a carbonara, it would be a great switch out with a guanciale. Yep. So that's what we're doing tonight. And we're going to let you know if it's worth doing or if you should pass. I'm thinking it's going to be worth it. I'll be shocked.
I'm pretty excited.
So yes, I love pasta too, Barb. And hey, Joanne, nice to see you. Thanks for coming on. Joanne, I don't know if you've seen one of the streams when my son Matt's been on, but he's joining us today. So have any of you cooked, this is the first thing I want to know, with this spicy spreadable sausage called Nduja?
Yeah, so I'd be curious because I have not heard of this before today. So
absolutely.
But
so the first thing we're going to do before we get started cooking, and yeah, I'm going to actually wash my hands too, just to make sure.
So that's what I got to do before we start cooking.
Well, I washed them in the bathroom. I'm going to wash them one more time. And we already have the water ready, so that's my tip for always with pasta. Get that water ready, and then keep it covered until you need to use it, because then they'll come up to a boil real quick, which is nice. So let me just get in here real too. But yeah, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try this Nduja sausage. And by the way, this Nduja sausage has Calabrian chilies in it, and it's from Calabria, which is the southern in the southern part of Italy. Oh, here it is. I'm going to find that. So I just feel like it kind of is something that is a little not traditional, but yeah, traditional because it's Italian. So what I'm going to do today, by the way, is follow a pretty traditional, not pretty, but quite a traditional way of making carbonara. But I'm going to be using this, and I am going to be adding some garlic. I was reading about this product And some of them have garlic in them. I think most do not. And I actually thought garlic would be nice with this. So let's just taste it first of all, because we should know. Oh, so get all excited, and there you go.
It's wrapped again.
And boy, look at that. Look at that
It's a lot of
red oil.
Yeah.
I feel like that is going to get somewhere. So let's get, I'm gonna get a plate actually, because I feel like it'll stain my, whatchamacallit, my cutting boards. And
Yeah, that probably would.
And what I'm wondering, oh yeah, I think it does still have something around it. So it's not just the plastic there.
So it's wrapped, and then it's wrapped. And then the sausage itself
is wrapped. It is quite sealed in there. So let's try this first to let y'all know. So have you guys, okay, so Pat says I haven't cooked with it. Oh, that's right, you don't eat pork or beef much. To Archie's horror, looks good though, absolutely. Yes, and I mean, I will say, and I've talked about this, is what I mostly eat, Hubs and I, is chicken and fish. But I'm not opposed to pork. For a weeknight cooking, it is not typical for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna try. So that's, I'm gonna smell it first. Oh, you can smell the heat. I'm not gonna lie. You can smell.
That excites me though.
See that in there? You can smell that heat when I tell you. So this is, I think, what does it say? My old eyes.
Wait, what? I don't even know what
Right
I'm
down
looking
there.
for.
4.8 ounces or 4.2 ounces?
Oh, 4.5. Yeah.
4.5. So I was thinking about using 2. So we're just gonna. I'm not gonna cut this into even less. So although maybe it'll be too hot, but we're gonna.
I'll be fine.
But let's taste it first, knowing this is gonna go through 2 portions, 2 good portions, 8 ounces, which is 4 ounces each of pasta.
Yep.
So let's set that aside over there, and let's give that a taste. So I'm gonna get you a little fork here, because when we cook, we should make sure we know what we're using tastes like. Now, I do expect it to be hot and spicy, so just be warned, babe. And you have water?
But
You can use my water.
I have a pretty good spice tolerance.
So it is? I mean, like, you dig in here. I gotta show you all this.
Yeah, it's very soft.
Very soft. And again, what I've heard is spreadable. So I was thinking spreading this on, if you did like a piece of baguette or something, and maybe putting a little burrata on it to kind of get the creamy with the spicy. Ready? Let's try it. Oh, that's good.
That's nice, yeah.
I'm waiting for the heat to kick in.
I think I'm fine.
No, but it does kick in at the end.
Yeah, it does.
The beginning.
Yeah, it's very much on the tail.
The beginning is salty. Oh, there, there it goes.
Hit her.
The beginning was salty with the spices. Will you grab me a paper towel,
Yeah, I was gonna
please?
say, I see the spicy oil
and then
already on
at the
you.
end, it was a little bit of heat. So I'm gonna just squeeze this out right now, so it's out, and we can add it to the pan.
I think this is gonna be really good.
I do think it's gonna be good, and I do think the egg and the dairy from the cheese is going to help temper it as well. All right, can you open up the trash? I know, I feel like a surgeon. I'm trying to not get too many of us.
Yeah.
So we squeezed out the portion of Nduja that we want to use. It's funny, when I say Nduja, I'm thinking almost andouille, which is, Nduja is spelled N-D-U-J-A. Last week on my stream I said Nduja. And I'm like, I better know how to say this. And I'm like, oh no, it's Nduja. But andouille is a sausage that is in a lot of Cajun cooking, and that is A-N-D-O-U-I-L-L-E. So anyways, but Joanne's heard of it. Barb has not. So this is exciting. I love it. I love it. This will be cool. Okay, so here's our sausage. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to get our cheese and eggs ready, because then we'll just set them aside and we can use those.
Yeah.
So let's just right now, let's just use, because we're only doing 2 eggs, so let's just use this. Do you want me to crack the eggs, or do you want to crack the eggs?
I can crack the eggs.
Okay.
We'll see if these eggshells are kind to me.
Oh, let me get a better fork.
There we go. I feel like whenever I've come over, it's like a toss-up just because I think we get different eggs at times. If like the eggshell's gonna crack like I expect it from the eggs I get, or if it's gonna just be stubborn in one way or the other.
These eggs tend to be a little more stubborn.
Yeah.
These ones.
Yep, there we go. All right.
And by the way, one of the reasons I wanted to make sure we tasted the Nduja sausage before we did in cooking is because I wanted to see the profile if I wanted to add garlic.
Yep.
And I do. And while it would be fine if you didn't, I actually think garlic will only add even a little more something to it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add some garlic. Now, he he turned his nose on my tube of garlic, but you all know that I use it, especially during the week when I'm pressed for time. It's a weeknight.
I will say, I love garlic, so for me, when I put garlic in my dishes, I almost always see it as worth it of the effort of, getting it. But I always get the tube ginger because I hate doing the ginger.
It's pure laziness,
Yeah.
I will say. But
it's convenient. And this brand, I do the ginger.
And I will say the garlic is, of any of the pre-done garlic I've ever had, tastes the best. It tastes the most fresh.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I'm going to do about 2 cloves, what it would be equaling 2 cloves. If you didn't want as strong a garlic, one of the things you can always do is just take 2 cloves and just smash them.
Yeah.
And then fish them out at the end, because then they'll flavor it, but not as heavily as this. But I think a nice dose of garlic will actually be really good in there.
Now, I know with the carbonara purists that garlic is a bit taboo.
So you were breaking rules.
But again.
But we're not using guanciale.
Yeah, and I love garlic.
So we're taking some liberties.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to make nonas rolling their grapes. We're just trying to give a nuance and a little something to a beloved recipe. And by the way, if you want, I forgot. By the way, everything below is what I'm doing today and in the description. And I did forget to add a link to my original. And you were on there with me. That's what's so cool about this. The original live stream we did where we made carbonara traditional with homemade pasta. So I will put that below later tonight, just in case you want that. But we are going to use pecorino. Now, carbonara, I've had a multitude of ways. Sometimes with pecorino, sometimes with Parmesan, sometimes with both.
Blends, yeah.
But I will say what I did when I did some research about Nduja, being that it's from Calabria, I did see that the cheese they use most often down there in that region is pecorino.
Okay,
so that's why I thought we would do pecorino.
Yeah.
So all we're going to do, now this is the thing to think about when you're making carbonara, is 1 egg per 1/4 cup of pecorino. So we have 2 eggs, so we're going to have a 1/2 cup of pecorino. So do you want to use this and get that all mixed together? And then we just set that aside. So that's going to be good to go until we need to mix it.
Are we doing, actually, are we doing pepper at all?
Yes, we're going to put that in there.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask, because I usually put the pepper in the slurry, so.
I think I put that down in my directions as well. Part of it also, I think, is then you don't forget about it. It's just there.
You can probably put it in now if you want.
And by the way, I'm not going to put any salt in right now because pecorino is quite salty.
Yeah, I mean, this is salty. I assume we're salting the water.
So the water's already salted. So I don't think we're going to need any more seasoning. We will taste it, obviously, but I think it's going to be fine. And you tell me if you want more pepper or not. It's really to taste. So put as much fresh ground black pepper in to taste as you would like.
Maybe a little bit more.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when I do carbonara at home, I rarely add more salt. It tends, again, between the cheeses that you're using and the pancetta or guanciale and the salted water. It's just there's so much salt already that I think we'll be okay.
Absolutely. All right, so our eggs are ready. So they are set to go. And so we've just mixed them and you set them aside. And that way everything's good to go. And I will tell you, we were chatting, one of the things that he grew up with me making on the regular was a quick weeknight pasta since I was working. That was a take on carbonara. And I got to give a shout out to the kitchen and to Sunny Anderson, who's one of the chefs on the kitchen. And she just had talked about this 5-ingredient carbonara that used Italian sausage. And that's what we do. And you only needed a little bit of Italian sausage. Now, we did use more than this much. Yeah. We used 2 links. I just used 2 links of Italian sausage, about that long. And for a family of 4, that's all you needed. So it was nice. It was inexpensive. We got the eggs, the cheese. I think I used Parmesan when I did that one.
Yeah.
And it was quick and easy. And for a family of 4, it got us pasta on the table quick.
Yeah.
And so I think I did include the link of that below, of her recipe, in case you want to see it, because it's just a fun, approachable. Again, it's not traditional, but it is Italian adjacent.
Yep.
And easy. So it makes it, I think, very approachable. So let me check and see what we're missing. Oh, yes. And Pat, I love you for the fact that you are always reminding people watching to hit that like button. So thank you. And by the way, if anyone's joining us and you are not subscribed, be sure to also subscribe so you don't miss anything, because we're coming to the end of the month.
Yep.
And I'm going to have a new schedule coming out on October 1st, so you don't want to miss a thing. And you can also follow me on Instagram and on YouTube and on Blue Sky. So you can check all those out. So let's see here. And everyone's saying they love garlic. Yes, I agree, Pat. Garlic is good on almost all. Oh, it might be good in a tapenade. Oh, I bet you that, you know what would be nice? I think it'd be great to have on a charcuterie board. Or,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just something different with a little spice and like with some cheeses.
Yeah, and again, the fact that it's spreadable certainly makes
Really
it
good.
nice and easy for that.
So would you turn on the heat? Because this is what we're going to do. He's going to get the heat on. That should come to a boil in just a second. And then once he gets that on, we're going to get the pasta in. We're using Bucatini. Get that? And this is one that I used for the first time, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I used half of it for Hubs and I, and it's by Barilla, and it's their bronze cut one. And I found it quite nice. And of course, one of the things that if you care to look on your pastas is try to get one that is not smooth, because the bronze cut means it feels rough and it grabs the sauces more.
It also just has like a nice mouthfeel too.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So what'll happen is once we get this in, we're going to get this sauce going because it doesn't take long at all. And that's the other thing I love about this for a weeknight meal is it is quick. So I've got everything here ready to go, and we will get going as soon as. Oh, and let me get some olive oil out because that is one thing we will need. So our ingredients are just olive oil, our Nduja, garlic. And then once the pasta's ready, we are going to add it into the sauce. I use that term lightly. But all the flavors, and we're going to toss it. And then we're going to take it off the heat. And then we're going to add our egg mixture. And then we're going to toss it quickly. And also, I do have a little hack. I usually like to add just a little bit of pasta water to this just to help temper it a little bit before I add it to the rest of the hot stuff. And that just seems to help things work a little more seamlessly. And then we do have some extra cheese to sprinkle on top if we so desire. Oh, and we're going to add some parsley, so don't let me forget that.
Oh,
I'm going to use my frozen parsley because, you know, I chop it ahead of time and I always have some in there. So I think the parsley, especially with, you know, the saltiness and everything, I actually think the parsley will be nice to kind of just bring just a hint of freshness to it. So
I've been kind of sleeping on the whole like freezing parsley thing. Like it always happens.
Are you even my child?
No. I always,
Even my son.
I always, as someone who lives alone, you know, like I don't have like roommates or stuff that I share ingredients and stuff with. So I like it's so often that like I'll buy parsley and then inevitably some of it goes bad because that's just how things.
That's how things roll.
That's how things are.
Right?
But yeah, I should really be freezing it.
You should be freezing it.
Okay, I actually have parsley in my fridge right now that.
Well,
I
whatever
got.
you don't use, you should freeze. That is for sure.
Did we salt the water? Or?
Yeah, I did salt the water. Yeah, I did that. So I always do that ahead of time just so I don't forget.
Yep.
When I have a big pot, a lot of times I'll wait because I feel like it makes it longer. It takes
Yeah.
longer to get ready. Now this I am planning on cooking all the way because we are not going to be cooking it in a sauce. Like we need the pasta exactly how we want
Yep.
it so that we can toss it and be ready to eat.
Yeah, it's not like an aglio e olio where you're going to be
Absolutely.
tossing it for a while after the fact.
And other pro tip, whatever you're going to reserve, because we will need some pasta water, make sure you have that as a reminder right next to your pan or pot. I'm using a pan this time. You can use a big pot. I prefer washing this pan instead of washing a big old pot. And Hubs is not here, so that's what we're going to use.
Yep.
We've gotten this pan heated, and we'll bring you over to show you the inside, of course, in just a little bit. But all I'm going to do is put about a tablespoon of olive oil in here, And then
You probably don't need too much since this will render.
No,
Oh,
whoopsie, yep.
ran
Sorry,
away.
thank you, Maddie. And do you want to add that Nduja and kind of help break it up a little bit?
Sure. Yeah, I guess we're using the spoon.
Yeah, you can get the fork if you want to try to get it on so you don't have to get all oily. There you go.
Oh, it's a little heavy.
There you go. And if you want a different tool, we can. If you want 2 spoons, I can do that too. Actually, you know what? Once it gets down, this is a good one to use. Just be careful not to scratch. This is a great one I use for getting ground beef and stuff off.
We'll see. We'll see how this works out.
And if you want, I'm going to turn it down. Yeah, I'm going to turn it down a little too.
Yep.
Use this.
Oh, it's very sticky.
Yeah. It is a hot pan, that's for sure.
It's very sticky.
I'm going to get this tossed.
Oh my goodness. Getting a little bit of sputtering.
In the oil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing he has my,
Yeah.
what do you call it?
Apron.
Apron on.
Yep.
Ooh, it is smoking. Want me to turn it down a little bit more?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I'll just turn
I
it
think
down.
we can probably keep it low.
And not only that, but this one, I will say, this induction just heats up so fast. Like it's amazing to me how quickly it heats up. And Barb was saying she always gets bronze cut. Absolutely. I feel like that's something that, like when I first made you that, I gotta show how this looks now. Let me bring you all over, Fred.
Yeah, it's just like a...
Because it's all of a sudden, it's just breaking apart. See that? Like he was having trouble getting it down, and then look, it's almost dissolving into that. Very nice.
Let's see if we can get some...
Now, is that bigger stuff, or is that just...
Yeah, there's a couple clumps I still
Okay.
have to...
No, I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting how this incorporates...
Yes, Rumo is great, Barb. I agree. That's a great brand. So this pan, or this induction does run hot, so I have it on 3 right now, but I feel like if I was on my gas, I'd probably have it on 5. It just, I feel like this one, I'm still getting used to how this heats
Induction's just... It heats fast.
So now what we can see here, because we're going to turn it down low, and then I think we'll add the garlic. So do you want to squeeze out what you consider, because you know me, I'll measure with your heart, what you consider to be 2 cloves of garlic?
Sure.
I know it goes against everything in his soul to use a squeezed garlic, but
Think that's good?
a little more.
Don't tell me twice.
Because there's some strong flavors in here, and
Yeah,
I don't want it to get, there you go, to disappear. Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
I just think it's going to add a really nice flavor to it. So what's great about this is all she wrote until our pasta's done. We're just going to keep this on low and let it just hang out and get flavors all together, and that's it. And then once our pasta comes, we're going to be adding it to this and giving it a really good toss. So let me put you all back here. We'll bring you back over once our pasta enters the equation. So yeah. The smells are good. The smells, I will tell you, again, you can tell there's pepper in this because that heat is coming
definitely
through.
It comes through in the scent.
Absolutely.
The one thing that I'll be curious about is I was kind of interested to see how it looked after it kind of started getting heated up. Mm-hmm. I would, again, we'll see once it's mixed with the pasta.
Yep.
I would dare to say that you might even be able to use less olive oil.
Sure.
Just because I think a lot of the fat did render out.
There's our pasta.
So.
Yes, I do think it'll be interesting. And I think the main reason I did do 1 tablespoon was just to make sure that we had enough to coat the 8 ounces. I think that was my main intention.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think we might be good.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine regardless, but if you want to cut down on your oil.
I agree. If you want to make it a little lighter. Because I will say Nduja is not like a light sausage. So for sure. So while we're waiting, because right now we have 5 more minutes still till our pasta's done, a little over 5 minutes, is I wanted to show you one of the things I said to Matt, I have a little bit left of this Lambrusco. Now, any of you that have been following me know that I love a Lambrusco. And this is a recent one we actually got at Wegmans of all places.
Oh, really?
And it's from Italy.
I haven't taken a look at this yet.
Yeah. So Lambrusco, I like the dry ones. I do not care for a sweet Lambrusco. That's not my jam. But what I like about Lambrusco to have with this is with spicy food, I think having something that is dry and the bubbles, I think, actually help cut through then the richness too. So I think a Lambrusco, because there's a place, my favorite place to have pasta in the city, we were just there at Fiorella, and they have one of my favorite Lambruscos. It's in a can of all things.
Oh, really?
Yes, you remember that one?
I forgot about that.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's one of my favorites. And it just is great with the pastas. It helps cut the richness. I also think Lambrusco is great with pizza. So we don't have a ton left, but I'm willing to share. So let's just get a little bit there. Let you taste it.
It's got a nice color to it.
Isn't it nice? And Dad even liked it because he's very fussy on if there's any sweetness in anything, and he thought this was good.
Yeah,
It
I
was
will
very
say
light. It was nice and light and crisp. It was a very crisp Lambrusco.
I've probably talked about it on this stream before that I would consider myself a wine guy, but
Are you a wino?
yeah, but I don't know. Like I think some people, not to call out Dad, get like a little too weird about like sweetness in wines, and like I love something that's full bodied and like tannin forward, like a Cabernet Sauvignon, but like I also like Rieslings are some of my favorite wines too. Like I love a Riesling, so I think it's nice to have some sweetness.
Yeah, I do think it's all about balance.
Yeah. And also what you're pairing it with.
Yeah, and I will say the Lambruscos from my parents' day, when they were actually, I think even younger than me, were very sweet. And so they actually, you got like years later, people joke about what the Lambruscos were like then, you know. So did you try it?
Yeah, I was going to ask if I
try
could.
it. Let me know what you think. Just gonna give a little
That's good.
taste to see.
Yeah, that's not sweet, not too sweet at all.
Oh, I'm glad we put the garlic in there. I actually think the garlic is quite nice. Do you want to just want to do a little thing? And what I love is this oil is going to give such good color to our pasta, which is going to be super cool.
So since we still have a little time to kill, I can tell my carbonara story that...
Oh, first, did you like the Lambrusco?
Oh yeah, that's good. So I, with carbonara being a relatively easy dish to do, I mean, outside of making sure you don't curdle the eggs at the end, but honestly, if you're just careful with the heat, it's pretty, especially once you've done it a couple times, you kind of get...
The first time you're like really nervous.
It's a little nerve-wracking, but you know, so I'll do carbonara, not like super frequently, but on occasion. And one of the things that I like to do, even though that it's probably a little sacrilegious, might even be an understatement for the carbonara purists, but something I've done in the past, especially when I don't have a guanciale or pancetta available.
Oh, that's right. You were telling about this.
Is I'll do the majority of the carbonara as is. I usually do a 50-50 split between a Parmigiano Reggiano and a Pecorino Romano. Just because I think, especially for like U.S. Pecorino Romanos, some can kind of be just a little bit one note. So the nuttiness of the Parmesan can add some nice complexity to it. But anyways.
I think our pasta's done, by the way. It's falling apart. It must be done. My goodness.
But yeah, so.
Oh, no, it's not done. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My thing just ripped it. I don't mean to interrupt, but it is not done.
Yeah, the thing fell apart.
Yeah. Anywho.
But what I'll do is I'll add usually to like the kind of egg slurry a little bit of the packet seasoning from Shin ramen.
Yes. The spicy ramen.
Which is the spicy ramen.
Yeah.
Which again is probably breaks so many Italian rules.
It's fusion.
But
It is fusion.
You gotta trust me when I say it's really good, especially if you like spice. It adds a nice spice. You know, there's obviously like MSG in there too, so it adds a nice umami
I think you need to make that sometime over here.
To the sauce too. It's really good.
Right?
Yeah,
You should make it.
it's quite tasty.
And Joanne said she loves Riesling too.
Rieslings are great. I think they're probably my favorite white wine.
What is your favorite wine, ladies?
Yeah.
I'd love to know that. So Joanne, Barb, and Pat, what is your favorite wine? And by the way, if you're just joining us, we are just waiting for the pasta to be done, and we're going to be finishing off this non-traditional carbonara that we're using in Nduja, spreadable sausage with.
This is a tongue twister. Balthasar Riesling Cabinet. Okay. I'm trying to think if I've had that. It doesn't ring a bell, so I'm going to go with no. But I'll have to keep that in mind.
Absolutely. Okay. Whoopsie. So I'm going to bring our pasta water over here.
Cabernet and Riesling, yeah. Those are...
Do you mind turning off the thinger there, Matt?
Yep.
I think what's happening is it's done now. This thing broke here.
Oh, so it's sharp.
Broken, and it's sharp, so it's cutting my pasta. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring actually this over here and add the pasta.
Here, I can bring the camera.
And then, want to bring it over?
Yep.
See that beautiful color? I just think that'll
Such
be a
a
little bit
deep red,
easier.
yeah.
Yes. It's going to be really beautiful. I want to get every last bit of this bucatini. There we go. Even the little broken pieces. Excellent. So let's take a look at this. And okay, let's get that.
Oh, you put it on two?
No, I'm going to keep it on one,
Yeah, I was
actually.
gonna say.
Yeah. Look at that color. Oh, my word. And by the way, just looking at how much this seasons it, I mean, first, I'm not worried about the heat, but if you were at all worried about being sensitive, I think you could even just use a little over an ounce and it would be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. Look at the gorgeous color. Wow. I am so impressed. This is just, I'm just very excited right now. All right, so I'm going to turn this off now, and then I'm going to actually take it fully off the heat so that there is no heat from this.
Just use the residual.
Mm-hmm. There we go. And actually, I will bring it over. Do you want to toss, or do you want me to toss? Because I also think it'd be nice for one of us to hold the camera. Do you want to toss?
I can.
Why don't you toss?
Sure. Yeah.
So, so first, I'm going to add this little bit. It's like a half of a quarter cup. Just adding a little bit here to the eggs, just helping get that heat up a little bit. Okay. And then this is for you. I'm going to move this. This
To
is
adjust
for.
the.
No, I'm going to bring this over here. I'm gonna
Oh.
yeah, I'm going to bring the pan
Gotcha.
over here.
Okay.
So now here's this. Wait till I get the camera. What
Is
else do you
that
need?
mine?
That's yours. I put mine over here.
Okay.
Yeah. Putting yours by the pumpkin over here.
Okay.
Because it is almost October.
All right.
All right, so let me bring y'all over so you can see. So then you're going to take this and you're just going to add, and then you're going to just whisk it up with the tongs.
I will say, I mean, we should probably, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I usually
Move quick.
will do a spatula
Mm-hmm.
to help make it a little easier to get out the.
So you see it's just mixing it up. And so what's going to happen is the heat of the pasta is going to actually kind of make almost not a custard, but it's going to thicken the sauce. And if
We might be fine without any.
yeah, and we always have, just so you know, we always have the liquid gold here,
Yeah.
just in case we
But
need that.
I think we're gonna be fine.
Oh, look how beautiful that looks. So I'm going to get you a little something something so that you can taste it for seasoning. I think we're going to be fine as far as salt.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be plenty of flavor in here. So.
Just dip that in just to make
Smells
sure.
fantastic, by the
Yes.
way.
And since Hubs is away, I'm going to put water in this because he would do that. He'd be like, let me get water in that. What do you think? Uh-oh.
No. I'm just.
Want me to get
It's
okay?
actually like I think for my salt level, I think it's probably fine.
Okay.
I didn't think I'd be saying this. I think you could maybe add salt, but
I'm fine
Yeah.
with it
Okay.
because I tend to, because there's so much flavor.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, but we're also sprinkle some on top. So now I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah, we're gonna add some cheese
so
to the
now
top
I'm gonna
too,
add the
so.
fresh frozen parsley that I keep always. Whenever I get parsley, I do it all up. See, I have basil here. I've got, oh, there's my parsley. I've got all kinds of frozen herbs in there from when I buy them. Wait, oh, I have a lot in here. Okay, so we're gonna put about 2 tablespoons. And look how nice, I mean, like this is just great to have. I mean, how easy is that?
Yeah.
You put it all in there. Look.
And the heat
And
will
it's ready to
immediately kind
go.
of bring it back. Yeah.
And what's great about parsley is parsley doesn't even darken. Like basil does get a bit dark,
Yep.
frozen basil, frozen basil still has great flavor. But the parsley still retains its green. And now let's put a little bit on here for us to taste.
I think this is gonna be
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Wait, let me just bring everyone around to see,
Yeah.
first of all, again. I'm missing, oh my goodness. So you can see with the parsley. Here you go. There you go.
Bucatini, my favorite. Yeah, Bucatini
I
is
love bucatini.
definitely up there on some of my favorite pastas.
So let's put a little bit on that plate there, Maddie.
Right here?
Yep, for us, and we'll taste from there.
Okay.
And I've got a little bit of cheese that we can put on top also, a little extra cheese, because you can never have enough cheese. There we go. Nice. All right. Let me just put this. Will you lift that up? I'm going to move this up a little bit. Oh, it actually, yeah, I forgot. That's from IKEA. It's actually magnetic, which is
Yep.
nice.
Yeah, if you have induction ones.
Shall we? Let's give it a go. Nduja Carbonara. Bucatini.
Oh boy, I did not get a control on that. Feel free to go in.
That is so good.
There
That
is so
is
much flavor. Oh my
so
goodness.
good.
Yeah.
It is a flavor bomb.
Yeah.
And I will say I love it like this because I like but I don't think it's aggressively spicy. You feel it in the back.
Yeah.
But
It's,
if you're-
it's not forward.
But if you're
It's-
spice sensitive, you probably would definitely want to use half. But I actually, just from the cost savings, I would say you could definitely use half if you wanted, because Nduja is not cheap. It's not super expensive, but like when you're thinking about, all of us are trying to save a little money, you could use less. Like you could use an ounce for 2 servings for 8 ounces. Here, I'm gonna just do half this and you can do the other half.
Yeah,
And I think you'd be good to go, honestly,
Yeah.
because it is that flavorful. And plus you get the richness from the egg and I like the pecorino.
Yeah.
The pecorino comes through. It is so good.
It's
And
a very flavorful sausage.
so
It adds
flavorful.
So much.
And I will say that's the other reason why I think in this dish the pecorino is key, because you can taste it. I think as much as I love Parmesan, I think it would you'd feel a sense of cheese, but it would get a little lost.
Yeah.
I think in there. So I think the pecorino comes through.
One of the other things that's kind of nice about this is I feel like, again, I love carbonara, but one of the annoying things is I feel like you're always like fishing to get pieces of guanciale or
Yes.
pancetta.
Yes.
And for this, it's just distributed. So
all
like
there.
you get a perfect amount in every bite.
Absolutely. So yeah, so everyone hit the like button, friends. Pat, thank you. Pat's my cheerleader. I love it. So quick. This is one of my quickest live streams. Quick, easy, delicious. And where you'd find it, you might be able to get it online, but also like this was at a specialty market. So I'm wondering if like a Whole Foods might have it.
Yeah, maybe.
And just ask at your grocery store, because they might have it like where the specialty cheeses and sausages are.
Yeah.
But a little goes a long way, and I actually think on a charcuterie over the holidays
yeah.
would be a fun way to use that.
I think so, too.
So I think we're bringing this for that. So Pat, Joanne, Barb, it was so good. And anyone else who's watching, thank you so much for joining us. This was a great fun.
Casey as well.
What's that?
Casey.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yep.
Oh, Scacey 12.
Yep.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Anyone else watching, I appreciate it. And like I said, this is our last one for September. So on October 1, I will share my live stream schedule for October. So until we eat again, bye friends. Happy eating.